establish himself as a leader. What do you have to do to try to become one of those guys in the receivers room?
Honestly, just working hard every day. Going out there making plays, learning as fast as I can, be a leader to the young guys, and just keep establishing myself.
What have you noticed, just from having you've been a more experienced guy, the things that some of the guys, the young guys in the room are having to figure out, or you're kind of have to address with them as they try to ease into this world?
Really just the speed of the game. It's a lot faster than high school. A lot more complex terminology. Got to be more of a physical guy. Everybody out here is probably just as good as you, if not better. So it's not like you're the best player on the field at every game. But it's just the young guys are learning. They're playing hard, and I think they're doing real well.
Coach Skang mentioned Dane Key as a guy that's kind of picking up that. What have you seen from him?
Dane Key's really good. He came here and he was trying to learn as fast as possible. He's a taller guy, plays outside, has a great catch radius, catches a lot of balls, and he looks good going into spring so far.
Y'all just put the
you put the pads on today, get more contact. You said that at the field goal when you can't play, that you didn't know what SEC hit the ball about the corner.
Yeah, from Yusuf Corker. But this is definitely a more physical conference, probably the best conference in the country. And it's fun. I like being out here with these guys, competing.
It's still early, but have y'all had any of those moments where it almost feels like practice is shutting down because some dude just made an awesome play?
There's been a lot of awesome plays, and I don't know about shutting down, but it has gotten very excited and real fast.
How do you kind of balance being new here, but also being a leader, just given your experience in college football compared to the other guys in the room?
Just keeping my poise at all times, I learned fast, so I kind of picked up the offense quick and, helping the young guys as much as possible.
Is there any, being a wide receiver, when you hear him talking about fullbacks and tight ends, do you ever get any of like, whoa, hold up, we still got to throw the ball sometimes? Do you ever have any of those thoughts go through your mind?
Sometimes, but there's got to be a balance in our offenses. We have a really good running back in Chris Rodriguez, and all those guys can run the ball, but we do our job blocking as well and catching, so it's a good balance.
When you heard that this would be kind of some of the 49ers stuff, what was the first thing that jumped into your mind?
Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel. A lot of the stuff he did in San Fran was unbelievable and very impressive. And I think a good mix of LA and San Francisco is going to be good for us.
Have you gotten to dress up like Deebo Samuel? Have you gotten to go out there and do some of that stuff?
Not dress up like him, but I feel like we've done some of the stuff that they've done in San Francisco for Deebo.
I know it's kind of early yet, but have you thought about continuing returning points?
Of course. I feel like that's my go-to outside of playing receiver. That was one of the things I told them when I was coming here, that I wanted to continue to catch punts. So I've been doing that since spring started.
What are things you can learn from watching Deebo Samuel? Are you talking about routes or just his toughness, or the way they used him in the run game?
He's a very versatile guy for one. He's a very physical runner and a guy with the ball in his hands. Just kind of, whenever I watch him, I just watch how physical and how dominant he tries to be whenever he has the ball in his hands.
Have you watched much video of Will and Wandale and how they connected last year?
100%. I was whenever I seen cut-ups of how this offense worked and how Will was, it was him and Wandale. And Wandale obviously was amazing. Will is a great quarterback, great arm, and can't wait to catch balls.
What did you take away from that, watching the way they connected and the kinds of things they did? Anything particular?
Obviously they had a chemistry, but Will isn't afraid to throw the ball. It's kind of what I got. He'll let his receivers go make plays, and I like that.
Have you played with a guy like Will that can just launch it?
Can't say that I have. Not that far. It's impressive.
Have you had a dang, my hands hurt kind of moment?
I actually have jammed my finger once or twice. Yeah, he throws the ball pretty well, but it's fun.
Did he come back from Rome with the Italian accent?
No, he didn't, but he did come back and tell us about it. He had a blast up there.
Do you have any good spring break stories?
Not really. Just enjoyed St. Patrick's Day. Had the time away from here. Saw some family, some girlfriend, and everything.
Now that it's like, okay, your pads are on, basically got a 10 practice sprint to get to the spring game. What do you want to show fans whenever they show up to Kroger Field here in a couple of weeks?
Just how versatile I am. I think I'm a good playmaker when I get the ball in my hands, and a good blocker when I don't get the ball in my hands. So just make plays and do what I came here to do.